Oscars are fake. I gave this a lot of thought, folks. And let me tell you, I'm a huge movie buff. Like I said, I live, breathe, and eat movies. Like, like people follow horse horse races and stuff like that. Sid, you're not wrong. My kids are saying that all award shows are fake. The Golden Globes was rigged by the foreign press for the longest time. My middle child just made a comment about how the People's Choice Awards are full of streamers and TikTokers and stuff like that. But the Oscars are, like I said, fake. Hollywood's full of silicon, and so is the Oscars. And I'm going to run it down for you. I hope you enjoy this one, because like I said, I love doing these little things. So let's get started, folks. Strap in. How did it all start? Anyone recognize this picture? What is this movie? I'll give you a hint. It was Ron Perlman's first theatrical role. And yes, this was a Hollywood movie. Almost a blockbuster, actually, at points. I couldn't name the other three actors in that picture, but one of them is young Ron Perlman. No clue. Came out in 1982. This is Quest for Fire. It was basically a caveman movie with no dialogue. Yeah, Ron is the far left, yeah. Now get this. Yeah, get this. Quest for Fire won the 1983 Oscar for Best Makeup and Hair. Okay? Now, here's what's really crazy about it. There's only one other film that year nominated in that category to compete against Quest for Fire, which blew me away, because this was the year that E.T. Was up for an Oscar, won Best Picture, by the way. Do you know what film Quest for Fire beat for Best Makeup and Hair? You'll never guess unless you look it up. I'll give you a hint. One of the greatest person ever to speak about peace in our time. Played by Ben Kingsley, I think. So believe it or not, The Mask. Believe it or not, Quest for Fire beat out one other film. That film was Gandhi. Can you imagine saying, hey, we're putting Gandhi up for Best Makeup and Hair against this thing? Oh man. And like no other films that year were like nominated in that category. So again, this is how I got kind of like, you gotta be crazy. So how do we get here? Well, it's presented by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. First one was held way back in 1929 as a private dinner function. Back then, they used to actually announce the winners weeks ahead of time, put in the paper, and be like, no big deal kind of thing, right? I think it was like $5 too to get in or something at that time. It was like really crazy. It's officially, the Oscars is the nickname for it. It's officially called an Academy Award of Merit. Oscar is the registered trademark of the American, but I'm just call them MPAS. Hey, Pam. First televised in 1953. Started with 8 categories. Now we have 24 categories. That's why you have a 3.5 hour Oscar broadcast. And get this, up until 2018, not all the categories are broadcast. I remember watching it back when it was good, entertaining to watch. And they would cut away and they'd say, here's who won Best Art Direction. Here's who won Best Makeup. And they'd like a little kind of roll that. Someone threw a fit and said, you know what? We're going to basically broadcast everything. And that's why it's a 3.5 hour slog. Here's a current list of 24 categories. And I actually put them basically, fused by Gutty bucks in 29. That's awesome, Duncan. Yeah, the Gutty bucks caused a crash of the stock market crash in 29. I organized them from left to right in order of oldest to newest categories that are up for the Oscars. Best director, best picture, actor, like it's all here. What's weird though, as you get going up, you got stuff like best documentary short film, best documentary feature film, best international feature film, makeup, costume design, and the new one this year is best casting, which I think is bonkers. How do you rate best casting? Like, okay, for example, it's brand new. It's brand new, Phil. Welcome in, man. It's a new category for this one, which I thought was absolutely bonkers. This year, they're going to have best casting. So, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Yeah, that's good. That's good casting. You know, stuff like that. It sounds off. Like how? So you'd have to actually find, to me, basically, multiple casts. I know this is gonna sound dumb. I would argue if this came out in the past, I would put Knives Out as an example of best casting because everybody in that one was pretty good. I don't even know if it's gonna be group or whatever kind of thing, but it just sounds awful. Like, how do you judge that? Now, someone actually put forward an idea is why don't we have best stuntman or best stunt person or best stunt? That I think would be a good category. But I think it's just another way for them just to make money. And then you got some goofy ones too. Where is it here? Best sound. Okay, well, that's kind of like, you know, it's just kind of a category, right? Film editing. Now, I have a personal opinion about some of these categories. Some of these categories to me are basically, I call them constellation categories. So if a picture, let's say something like Avengers Endgame comes out, doesn't win Best Picture, but it gets like Best Visual Effects or Best Editing. So it gets an award, but not like a award that means something, in my opinion. Now, to be honest, to me, I'm a guy that can actually judge Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing. That one I judge because I watch films. That's the way I watch films. But when it comes to stuff like adapted screenplay, you know, that's kind of hard for me to judge. But anyways, these are the 24 categories that are up. Now, who gets to vote? Every member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. 9,487 people are eligible to vote in this. Actors only make up 40% of the voting block. That's it. If you want to be part of the Academy, you have to be invited by the Board of Governors to join. And you're put in a specific discipline. But here's where it gets bonkers, basically. So let's say you're a cameraman, first cameraman on a film, and you get your nomination, and congratulations, you're now a member of the Academy. You get put in like the cinematography discipline, whatever. And there's multiple disciplines. It doesn't matter what discipline you're in. You can vote for anything. My invite must have got lost in the mail. I love that, Alistair. But let's say I go in for editing, right? I can vote for best picture. I can vote for best sound. It doesn't matter. You can vote in any category. And here's the other thing too that really irks the heck out of me. You don't have to fill the entire ballot. I could just vote for best picture and that'd be it, or best actor. So you know what you could do? You can start creating voting blocks, voting pools, and you get some really wonky results. So, for example, let's say there are 1,000 votes for Best Picture that get cast out of 9,000. The top one gets 250 votes. The second one gets 249 votes. The top one still wins, even though it's only one vote difference. I wouldn't mind seeing it as more like, a ranked voting system, like the Baseball Hall of Fame, where you're given like 1, 2, 3, and it's weighted, so it's more of a spread. This is basically first past the post, and I think the system can be greatly abused because there have been repeated reports, that there are people that only vote for their picture, like producers and stuff like that. Absolutely twisted. Maybe they'll get you to be a seat filler this year, Hamster. I was gonna be able to fill seats. So here comes the money. How do we get here? Who is that? That's Michael Douglas from Wall Street, 1987. Played Gordon Greco. His best line was, "Greed is good." He won Best Actor in 1988. And I looked at who he beat. He beat Jack Nicholson, a few other people. He also beat a comedian who was in a very, very funny film, who later won. That's Ant-Man's dad. It is Ant-Man's dad. Who later won for Good Will Hunting. That comedian, anyone who that was? Who Douglas beat in 88 for Best Actor? I'll give you a hint. He was in Good Morning Vietnam. Right on, Hamster. Ron Williams was nominated. Hey, Brass, welcome in, man. We're just trashing the Oscars. Robin Williams was nominated in '88 as Best Actor for Good Morning Vietnam, and Douglas beat him. I've got to say, yeah, right on, Pam. I got to say, though, I've seen the performances. As much like Robin Williams, Douglas as Gordon Greco, it was a stronger performance. There has been like some very tight races some years. I've been surprised. Coming in hot. But yeah, commercial ruins everything. So the studio's goal is to get Academy Award winner label. That's it. So you've heard it, right? Starring Academy Award winner X or directed by Academy Award winner Y, whatever thing. And it's been proven basically that once a film wins Best Picture, it gets basically an Oscar bump. People go back and see the film or go back and check it out, whatever. That's it. Who cares about merit? Who cares about if it's good? It's all about basically getting people back to see a film that you didn't see the first time around. There's a lot of marketing done towards Oscar season, towards the members. And I mean a lot of marketing. There are some really weird rules. Like you can't slag another member. You can't say their picture sucks. Uncle Gutty should win the award for Best Directing. I would like that. I would love that. Stand among my peers. Uncle Gutty, Best Director. Thank you, Brass. But you can't slag another picture. You can't even get people to say I couldn't pay Will Ferrell to say I saw Uncle Gutty direct One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, and it was excellent. He should win the Oscar. Can't do that. That's against the rules. So what they do is they used to make packages for your consideration, and they send out these little screeners, and they all that. I found out now that all the movies are put on a big server, and all the Academy can actually go and watch them online if they want, which makes it easier. But there is rewards bias. There is pool voting. So, it's really manipulative. And just because a film is good doesn't mean it automatically gets put forward to be nominated. The studio has to submit a list of everything they want nominated, either Best Picture or whatever. And the studio doesn't have to do everything and just do Best Actor and be done with it. So there's that challenge as well. There's a recent technique that's really ugly. It's called negative whisper campaign. You know how this works? Let's say I made a movie and it wasn't very good. It was okay, right? Let's say Phil made a fantastic film about hockey in the 1970s. Let's say I heard that Phil likes to run stop signs when no one's looking. And I start spreading this rumor around Hollywood about Phil and what his character's like. Whether it's true or not, regardless of it, it's been done in the past that people have made like literally telephone negative whispering campaigns to bring down other nominees based upon the character, not even their sense of work. Hollywood is an ugly place. Hollywood is a very ugly place, in my opinion. So you see how it starts to get pretty fake. Who knows about the Dark Knight rule? First off, who loves The Dark Knight? Is that a good film? Should I watch that? That actor drowns puppies. Phil, you're not far off. People are making like anti-Semitic claims about some people. Some people are supporting torture, slavery. Some of the rumors I've read were really ugly. So saying that the actor drowns puppies, you're not far off. So, Mel Gibson. Yeah, precisely. 100%. You know what would be a really fun but tedious project that I think you would enjoy? Grab a group of movies for simplicity's sake, take the MCU movies, watch all of them with 3 categories on a 10-point system. Oh yeah, I would do that 100%. No kidding, Sin. Brass, Pam can't make saves, don't vote for him. But this is exactly what happens in Hollywood. It's a very ugly, dirty business. So, Dark Knight rule. Who likes this film? Is this a great film? You've got Heath Ledger, fantastic actor. You got Nolan directing. You got Christian Bale laying it out. What is, best Batman movie ever made? Pop quiz, hot shot. Did this get nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture? Yes or no? Don't forget, this is the year that Heath Ledger won Best Supporting Actor. Do you think he got nominated? You are correct, Sin. It did not get a Best Picture nod. Braz is the pineapple. Great film. Did not get a nod in 2009. So what happened basically, there's 5 films nominated. Slumdog Millionaire, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button with Brad Pitt, Frost Nixon, Milk, and The Reader. I'll tell you right now that The Dark Knight was way better than Frost Nixon and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So, but he didn't get nominated. And it was a very big hullabaloo. So as a superhero and horror movies don't get any play at these shows. Absolutely, because it's all fake and rigged. So, here's what he did get nominated for. Heath Ledger got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He won. It got nominated for Best Sound Editing. Nominated one for Best Sound Editing. So there's 2 wins. Nominated for Sound Mixing, Best Art Direction, Cinematography, Film Editing, Best Visual Effects. So it got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It got like 8 other nominations in subcategories. No nomination for Nolan for Best Director. Terrible idea. Anne Hathaway got a Best Actress. Sorry, I got confused. Never mind about Hathaway. Was she in Dark Knight? Or was she in the Bane one? I forget. Sid makes a great point. All the categories mixed together makes Best Picture. So, because there's so much hubbub and hullabaloo, the Academy goes, here's what we're going to do. Starting in 2010, we're going to have 10 nominations for Best Picture, not just 5. Oh, pop quiz. Under Best Supporting Actor, Robert Downey Jr. also got a nod this year in 2009. For what role? Does anyone know? And you might be surprised when you realize what he got a nod for Best Supporting Actor in this year. Great film. I think it's absolutely hilarious. I'll give you a hint. Also has Tom Cruise in it, Ben Stiller, Jack Black. And if it clues in what it is, then yeah, you're right. Was that the one where he wore blackface? Absolutely. It was Tropic Thunder, and he got a nomination for that for his his performance. I tell you, he deserved that nomination. So, Dark Knight role went from 5 to 10 just because people were throwing an outrage. Here's another one for you. Tell me basically what separates a Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. How do you define that? You say, well, it's whoever gets top billing, whoever gets more screen time. Well, guess what? There ain't no criteria. If me, Braz, and Pam all star in a film and we all have equal screen time, we could all be nominated for Best Actor, or we could all be nominated for Best Supporting Actor. There ain't no rules. So what studios will do is they will basically game the game to avoid putting stars against one another. It's basically a strategy to maximize win potential. So for example, the most blatant one, 2020. Leonardo DiCaprio got nominated for Best Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Brad Pitt got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, even though they had roughly about the same screen time. Braz, I can never win though. Don't forget Braz. It's just an honor to be nominated. But they literally split it up. Brad did win Best Supporting Actor, and I agree, he should have won because that was a fantastic outing for him. Guess who won Best Actor that year? 2020 Oscars. Who beat Leo? Let me see. What hints can I give you for that one? Okay. It's got a sequel coming out. It's going to be a musical. It's going to star Lady Gaga. Oh man, if I was nominated for the Academy Award, I think I'm getting the big gift bag. I'd be there. Heck man, I don't care if it was like for best short presentation, whatever. I'd be there. Sin's right. Joaquin Phoenix took home the best actor that year, which is completely fair. Good job, Sin. Down below, we have Kate Blanchett and Rooney Mara. That was from Carol in 2015. Again, both had equal amount of screen time, equal amount of billing. One got nominated for Best Actor, one got nominated for Best Supporting Actress, or actor, whatever. Both lost. Again, there's no plans to change it, which I think is absolutely just greasy as all get out. But it's the Oscars. Now, I used to watch Oscars a lot because I like the opening acts and stuff like that. They're gone now. And like I said, this year, Jimmy Kimmel's hosting it. Forget that nonsense. I've had enough of him. Anyways, here's something fun. I'm going to break down the last 4 or 5 years of Best Picture winners. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on them. I'll see if you share the same thoughts. Let's look at this commercial in. And bring some people back with us here. Jimmy Kimmel, my favorite piece of human cardboard. It really says something in the last 3 years when you can't find someone to host the Oscars. Right? Like, it's hard to find someone to host. Before, you had to beat people off with a stick. Now, who wants to be up there for 3.5 hours? No one wants to be there, really. Kind of thing. I do enjoy watching Ricky Gervais roast people at the Golden Globes. Those are always great to watch. But yeah, no one wants to host the Oscars. So, yeah, no one watches anymore. You're right. Even though they want to watch because they make money off of it. But yeah, no one wants to watch. So, last year, winner, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Nominated, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, Woman Talking. I would have picked Banshees of Inisherin that year, for sure, as the Best Picture. And I thought Prey and The Batman should be nominated for Best Picture. Prey is a fantastic film. It's got fantastic cinematography, a good script, a good story, great effects, great acting. Yeah. Elvis was good. I thought Elvis was good, but I don't know if it was Best Picture good. I wouldn't mind to see more Elvis and less of Colonel Tom in it. I did enjoy it, though. This is probably gonna... Prey was great, I know. Tar was, starred, I think it was Cate Blanchett, and she was kind of this manipulative, powerful woman. It was a little weird, Phil, to tell you the truth. But I think it was Best Picture worthy. I think it was. Anyways, you're going to like this, though. I don't think Elvis should have been nominated for Best Picture. Sorry, Phil. Don't leave. Top Gun: Maverick, while it was fun, I don't think it was top Best Picture worthy. Let's see. Just a little side note. Robert Pattinson's been seeing the Penguin. Awesome. Looking for the Penguin. That should be really fun. And the most unpopular opinion I have is Everything Everywhere All at Once should not have even been nominated for Best Picture. I thought the film was clunky. I thought some of the direction was not good. I thought the story was a little weak. Performance was okay, but no. Like I said, Prey I thought should have been at least nominated. I just said Top Gun was a top movie, Pen. Should have been Best Picture. I saw it. I liked it, but it was a retelling of Top Gun from the 80s, and it wasn't like Best Picture material. As Sin said, I agree with 100%, is Best Picture to me has to be like the all-around picture. Good acting, good cinematography, everything all about that. I know I'm hard on Elvis, but I gotta say that. I didn't think should have been nominated for Best Picture. Yeah. 2022. Coda, which I didn't see. Belfast, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Will Smith, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Pile of Dog, and West Side Story. No offense, is this not a weak 2022 for Best Picture? And I went through and I actually looked up what came out. I looked at the top 100 films. I saw Don't Look Up. That was the Netflix film with DiCaprio, and I forget who it was. Was it Amy Adams? Where the world's coming to an end? It wasn't bad, but again, I don't think it was Best Picture material. King Richard was Will Smith with Serena the Williams doll for tennis. That was not good. I should have saw Nightmare Alley, because I think that's a Guillermo del Toro film, which I think should have been good. West Side Story, come on, like, we've had enough West Side Story. And it was the COVID time frame. Again, I had no real pick this year. But, again, unpopular opinion, Nicolas Cage's movie Pig should have been nominated. It is his best performance. It is a gut-wrenching picture to watch. Again, beautifully shot, well, wonderfully acted, but I would have put it up there. It could have replaced King Richard or West Side Story. That's a good question, actually. Let me look up real quick here. Just pop this over here quick. Because, you know, I would say the original West Side Story isn't... Okay, this is going to be unpopular. I think it should have been nominated for an Oscar. Let's see what it says here quickly. Cast, production... Oh my gosh. Bill, did you ever hit upon one? So, the original West Side Story came out in 1961. Nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 categories. It won in 10 of them. It won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Screenplay. Was nominated for that one, pardon me. Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Best Scoring, Best Sound, and earned an Honorary Academy Award. That is some pedigree, I'll tell you right there. I must admit, I've seen it, and I do enjoy it. I'm always joking about when people are having an argument. I go, oh, we're gonna dance now? And I start going like this, right? It is pretty good for this time period. Dune was weird. I'm a big fan of David Lynch's 84 Dune. I thought it was great. But yeah, the new Dune, I have my thoughts on that. My problem with Dune is the effects were good. Performances were okay. I did not, this is going to sound dumb. I didn't like the color palette. I know you're in the desert. I know it's supposed to be washed out and gray. But my opinion is the Fremen and the natives of Arrakis should look dusty and worn out and all that. The Harkonnens, the Atreides, the Emperor, they are all off-world. They are used to luxury and decadence. They should be bright, full, colorful, and stuff like that. That's why I agree with Lynch's 84 Dune. This one, I'll blend it together. Most awarded movie ever. Okay, I can look that up too. I bet you I know. Anyone got any guesses? Second part of the first Dune's coming out, Pam. So we have Dune Part 1. Dune Part 2 is coming out, and it's going to make a lot of money. Because people like that one. I want to say that the most winningest movie of all time was one of the Lord of the Rings films. That's my guess. Okay, here we go. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, had 11 nominations and won all 11. Tied with that, Titanic won 11. Also tied with that, Ben-Hur won 11. And then, here you go, Phil. West Side Story won 10. English Patient 9. Last Emperor 9. Slumdog Millionaire 8. Amadeus 8. Gandhi 8. Cabaret 8. My Fair Lady 8. On the Waterfront 8. A lot of the films that actually won are actually older films. I'm surprised. Oh, here's what I forgot about. Anyone remember Gravity? With Sandra Bullock and George Clooney briefly, which I thought was really goofy. It won 7. Shakespeare Level won 7. Schindler's List only won 7. Dance with Wolves. Who we got? Dance with Wolves? Pem? That won 7. This is one of my dad's favorite films. Out of Africa 7. Ooh, The Sting won 7. I love The Sting. Patton won 7. Lawrence Arabian won 7. Wow, not a lot of modern films in this one. And then around at the bottom of the list, Everything Everywhere All at Once won 7. Crazy, eh? I should look up too one time and see basically who had the most nominations that didn't win. Again, I didn't have anything to say about 2022. It was a hard year. 2021, No Man Land, The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Promising a Woman, The Sound of Metal, The Trial of Chicago 7. Well, that movie saw it on the huge IMAX. Oh, that's cool. Gravity was pretty cool in that experience. Some films have to be experienced in IMAX to really, really enjoy. Agreed, Pam. I saw it on a so-so screen. That's probably why I didn't really love it that much. Again, 2021 was a little one that was a little kind of wonky. Could be a bit of the COVID thing. Nomadland, I'd say, yeah, it was the best of the batch. I saw Nomadland. I saw Promising a Woman and The Sound of Metal. Nomadland was pretty good. This is going to sound really weird. I think Soul, the Disney cartoon about jazz music, should have been nominated for Best Picture. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, Phil, like I said, the pandemic really cut into my film viewing time. Again, there is anything on this list I would argue with that shouldn't have been nominated, because I went through 2022 and 2021. There wasn't much out there. Here you go, boys. Gals. Everybody in between. Emmett's Otters Jug Band Christmas took 15 Oscars. Get out. Christmas Eve. 2020 was a good year. Parasite, Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Woman, Marriage Story, 1917, and of course, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I thought Joker should have won Best Picture that year. Parasite was good, but I thought Joker was better. I definitely think Knives Out should have got a nomination for Best Picture, and I thought Us should have got a nomination for Best Picture. 1917 wasn't bad. I don't, should have won. No, like I said, I don't think so. You're gonna hate this then, Pam. I don't think The Irishman, Marriage Story, 1917 should have got a Best Picture nomination. I thought the story for 1917 was a bit weak. It was more of a gimmick film of that one continuous shot they artificially made. Marriage Story was not good. Irishman was okay, but I think it was more hype than anything. Jojo Rabbit was fun, but even again, I must admit, I probably would say that shouldn't have got a nomination either. Joker was great. Ford vs. Ferrari surprised me. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, while I did like the film, I didn't think it should be Best Picture material either. It was a good year, though, this year. Very good year this year for it, actually. Anyone see any of these films? Like I said, I saw most of them. But again, I am a movie junkie. And like I said, I follow these things like you would not believe. Let's round out with 2019. Green Book, Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, Star is Born, and Vice. Yeah, Green Book was my pick for a winner. There's no question about that one. Very strong, powerful film. I could not see anything else in 2019 that should have been nominated. Joker's good. Joker I've only watched twice, only because it's a hard watch. Because to watch Arthur descend into madness, it's hard, but man, it's ever a great performance. Fantastic performance. And I saw most of these films. Green Book was excellent. Black Panther, well, it was good. I don't know if should have took Best Picture. Enjoyed Black Klansman. Bohemian Rhapsody was good. Bohemian Rhapsody was weird because at one point, Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat, was attached to star as Freddie Mercury. When he met with Queen, they talked about the story, and Queen wanted the film to be, Freddie's rise, his death, and then the film would end with how Queen went on and kept being a great band without him and survived. And Sacha goes, I don't think so, he says, so that's why it got changed. A Star is Born, I thought was mostly hype. Like Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga. Good, but not, in my opinion, overly great. It was enjoyable. And again, you're not going to like this. Maybe not. I don't think A Star is Born should have won. Should have been nominated. It wasn't that great of a picture. Like, it had a good song, and I thought Cooper was good, but there's a few other things about it that I didn't really click for me. So, it's time for Uncle Gutty's personal Oscar picks. That is me. with a real Oscar. It is the 1949 Best Animated Short. So Much for So Little by Chuck Jones. I took the Warner Brothers Studio Tour, and at one point they'll hang on to Oscar. And yes, they are heavy. And no, you can't run off it because there's a guy off on either side of you ready to grab you if you want to run off that Oscar. But yeah, that would be something to actually one of those things on stage. Yes, yeah, Brass. As you take the tour, you go here, and there's a guy wearing gloves. He hands you the Oscar. You stand here, you can actually smile and hold it. And it was like, I'm sorry, I know it was only like a tour, but I felt like I was really on stage winning an Oscar. It was awesome. I want to thank the Academy. I want to whatever kind of thing. Yes, without gloves. They take it back. They polish it up and whatever kind of thing. It's from 49. It's for animated short. It's not like anything big. But again, the Academy owns all the Oscars. So when you win one, you can't sell it. You can't give it away. If you want to, it has to go back to the Academy first. I don't know why he was wearing gloves. I imagine because everybody else... Well, here's the dumb thing. If everybody else was holding it and passing germs around, he was protected. I wasn't. So, good news, I didn't catch anything. And like I said, man, it is heavy. I forgot how much they weigh, but it's heavy. I don't care, man. I was holding an Oscar. I was too excited. It was, like I said, it was fun. I'd go on this tour again. I had a blast. So, Best Actor nominees for this year. We got Bradley Cooper in Maestro, plays conductor. Coleman Domingo, Rustin. Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Who do you think's going to win? I think Paul Giamatti is going to win because that's the way Hollywood works. Cillian Murphy did a good job, but I think Paul Giamatti is going to take it. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, or The Holdovers. I haven't seen any of these ones yet, actually. I've just seen clips. But I think Paul Giamatti is probably going to win. What do you guys think? And if there's someone on this list that you think should have won Best Actor or been nominated, let me know. Because guess who I thought should be guess who I think is going to win here or be nominated? Gutty's pick? Yeah, exactly. Coleman Domingo? No idea. Here is my my pick. Josh Hutcherson. I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. I was all hyped up because first off, going to the movies with my my youngest is always fun, and a horror movie's great. I saw this for a long time. It's not a great film. It's there, but Josh Hutcherson, my God, did he ever deliver on this role? Laugh if you want. He plays basically a tortured, tortured man, has to take care of his sister, make ends meet and all that. Oh, Spooky No Kin. He carried this film. And I was like, good God. Without him, this would have been a lot worse than what it was. And he nailed this role. Every part of his aspect about this was great. And he should have got a nomination. I don't care what the Academy says. Matthew Lillard, man, I love Matthew Lillard. He was great too. But Hutcherson should have got an award. I want this guy to get more work. Yeah, I was really impressed by that. Let me see what else we got here. The film was so-so. Best Actress nominees. Annette Bening for Nyad. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Huller, Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. And Emma Stone, Poor Things. Anyone seen these films? I don't know how many sat through Killers of the Flower Moon, basically. I only know Emma Stone. Well, Braz, guess what? I went through all the performances this year. I'd pick Emma Stone. I saw some of the work she did in Poor Things. I saw some of their clips. I haven't seen any of the films in their full length. I think she's the best of the bunch. I went through, like I said, and I said, show me the best 100 films from the past year. And I couldn't pick out one performance that stuck out. Karen Logan is great, but I've never seen the movie Maestro, though. It just came out. I think it's on Netflix. It's about a conductor. That's what I like about her, Braz. She is creepy. It's a weird story. She dies, is brought back to life kind of thing, with kind of a blank emotional state. And it's really creepy and weird. It's got Mark Ruffalo in it, too. And she delivers. So I'm hoping she nails a win. And it is a creepy film. I love Emma Stone. Best Director. Justine Triet, Annie Fall, Martin Scorsese, star of Fishtails, and basically superhero films are not cinema. Check out other videos. Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things, Jonathan Glazer, Zone of Interest. Again, I went through the last 100 films that came out, and looking for my pick. I think I know Braz, but I've seen clips of their stuff, and I'm sorry, Braz. I think this is Nolan's year to take with Oppenheimer. That's the thing, Braz. He made it look a lot more interesting than it should have been. While I do like Scorsese, and some of his shots on Flower's Moon were good, I think this is Nolan's year to take it. They're in March. I think they're around March 20-something, actually, this year. Yeah, it just did Amazon streaming. And yeah, like I said, it's 3 hours, though, and it's a long slog. It's not an engaging film. But Nolan makes it engaging with his shots and all that. But yeah, they're in March this year, Phil. And I think this is the year to win it, actually. Here's something completely unpopular. I do not think that Greta should have got nominated for Best Director for Barbie. I did not find any shots in that film that were unique or strong or really kind of like, yeah, ooh. I found enough here in Oppenheimer that there's no question that this was great. Margot Robbie not being nominated for Best Actress for Barbie. I'm sorry, folks, but I don't think she made the material for what I consider to be Best Actress. She was good, but she didn't do anything in that film to really stand out, apart from being Margot Robbie, in my opinion. I know people were in uproar, but it's just my opinion. Of course, Hollywood's opinion, too. All right, last one. Best Picture. American Fiction, Annie Fall, Barbie, look at that, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, Zone of Interest. I do not have a clue what could win here. I don't think it's going to be Oppenheimer. I'm leaning towards The Holdovers. That's what I'm leaning towards. I've seen Barbie, parts of The Holdovers, some of Kill the Flower's Moon. I gotta watch Oppenheimer. I know about Maestro. The other 5 I haven't seen. But again, remember I said about the voting? You don't have to watch these films to vote. You can just pick one. So let's say you work for a studio that produced American Fiction. Just start voting for it. I think a lot of people saw Oppenheimer and Barbie. The Holdovers are getting a lot of buzz, though, Brass. I thought about doing an Oscar bet or Oscar pool, actually, Phil, just because it should be a lot of fun. I thought about doing it. I should do it, actually. I used to actually, run a pool, like, everybody make a little score sheets or whatever kind of thing. But like I said, it got felt so rigged in the end. I kind of stopped doing it, but I should do it though. Anyways, what do I think would win or should win? Godzilla -1. This was the best picture I've seen in the past year. It was amazing. First off, special effects, Godzilla looks great. But heck with that. This is not a giant monster film. This is a period piece. And it's got heart, it's got drama. Good gosh, they recreated 1950s Japan amazingly well. The actors all hit their marks. It's shot beautifully. The sound, again, as Sin said, I'll keep coming back to it. This picture had everything I thought would make Best Picture. Now, It is going to win best international picture. They let us bet in the Super Bowl. That's true. They should let us bet in the Oscars, actually. They should, though. I bet you could in Vegas. This will win best international picture. But my gosh, this was a good film. Excuse me. I only had one small nitpicky with it, and that was the way it kind of ended. It was kind of cheesy a little bit. But I tell you, it wasn't about Godzilla. It was about this young soldier with guilt trying to survive, make his life, and all that. And oh my gosh, it was an Oscar poll. I should do one again. I'm looking forward to seeing this one again at home. I think. Again, I went and saw it in IMAX, which was great. But my gosh, I hope for a sequel. It was like I said, it was a long time since I had a really good experience like this in a theater. I'm glad I saw it. Final thoughts, my friends. Trust your taste. Don't let the rich elite manipulate your opinion. If you like a film, you like a film. If you like an actor, you like an actor. You don't have to just fight anybody. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Trust me. I love a lot of basically terrible films. I love Death Race 2000. I love Excalibur. I love a lot of films that are just absolutely have no artistic value. I love Rollerball from the 1970s. See the films you want to see and tell people if you like them. Spread the word. The only true thing about the Oscars is that Billy Crystal was the best host. There's no question about that. That's one of the reasons I watch the Oscars. But like I said, the Oscars are fake. And like I said, I don't know what they're going to do about it. All they're worried about basically is getting people to go see the movies again and to watch the Oscar broadcast. The Academy panics when those ratings fall. And they keep panicking because people aren't watching. Because people are getting the free advertisements from the films. And they're doing everything to make people interested. Again, making it longer, which now they regret. Adding the best category, the best casting category. Like I said, the Academy is out for themselves. And in my opinion, I think that, what they really need is someone needs to knock some sense into them. To basically get back to what the Oscars were all about. Yes, I did have to do the Will Smith. Why not, basically, right? Anyways, that's my take on the Oscars. Hope you like that.